Hi, we are a rookie FTC team from Kansas City, Missouri. We transitioned from an FLL team to an FTC team in 2023. We remember what it was like trying to figure out how to start a new team, so we put together this video about how we did it. So hopefully it can help other teams in the same situation.
If you are thinking about starting a new FTC team, you probably already know about FIRST Robotics and the 3 levels of robotics they offer: FLL, FTC, and FRC. Today we are talking about how to start a FIRST Tech Challenge team, which is the middle level of FIRST Robotics.
The first thing we did in the February before we created our FTC team is we attended an FTC robotics event. You can find FTC events in your area by going to this website on the screen. On this website, go to the regions box and choose your state. Then click Update List. Look for an event that says League Tournament, Championship, or Super Qualifier. These are the best events to go watch because you will get an idea of how alliance selection works at the end of the qualifying robot matches. These events typically occur in late January, February, or early March. Or better yet, you can volunteer for one of these FTC tournaments and get a first-hand look at how the tournaments work. You can be a field resetter, a queuer who lines up teams in the robot game waiting area, or you can even be a judge for the team's presentations and engineering portfolios. You can sign up to volunteer through your First Inspires account if you already have one from being an FLL coach. You can go to your First dashboard, click on volunteer registration, and then event volunteering and search for FTC events in your area and then sign up. Or you can contact your region's program delivery partner and ask how to volunteer. If you don't already have a First Inspires account, don't worry, you can create one so that you can volunteer at an FTC event. We will talk more about how to create a new account a little bit later.
The next thing we did in March was find our local FIRST program delivery partner and email them. The PDP is the first representative that is in charge of FTC in your area. Ask them for information about starting a new team. Go to this website to find your PDP. Select your country, state, and zip code to find the PDP for your area.
Also in March, we went to an FRC competition. We found out when the FRC events were by asking our program delivery partner, but you can also go to this website to locate one. At these FRC events, at least in our region, a few FTC teams will be there displaying their robots. The FTC teams at these events will usually let you test drive their robots. Also, since their FTC season is over, they have time to talk to potential new teams about how to start their team and what kinds of parts they recommend purchasing. Plus, it's a great way to meet a few existing FTC teams in your region. In March or April, we also signed up for the FTC newsletter at this website. Scroll down until you get to the form that says Get Started with FIRST Tech Challenge. Complete the information and click Request Info. Once you are on the email list for FTC, you should start receiving emails about FIRST Tech Challenge and an email when the registration opens for the next season, which is usually in mid-May. You can also request to be notified now for next season by going into your First Inspires account if you already have one. Click on Create a New Team, and then click on Next Season's Coming Soon Get Info image. Fill out the form, select First Tech Challenge, click the Acknowledge button, and click Request Info. If you don't have a First Inspires account yet, you can create a First Inspires account now or wait until mid-May. To create a coach's account, go to this website, fill out this form, and click Register. This will create your personal First Inspires account. If it is still before the new FTC season in mid-May, you can click on Create a Team and request information for the next season's game. We'll talk about how to create a new team after mid-May in the next slide. In mid-May, FIRST usually opens up a registration for their new season. Once they open up a registration, you can log into your coach's First Inspires account and register your new team by clicking Create a New Team. Follow the steps to create a new team, and when you are done, you will see a screen that has your temporary team number. Write this number down because you'll need it to apply for grants. But do not check out and pay for your team's registration fee or order parts just yet. You'll want to apply for grants first before you pay for anything. For a good video that walks you through each screen when creating a First Inspires account and a new team, see this first video at this website. We will also include a link to the video in the description below. Just remember not to check out, order products, or pay for anything until you have heard back from grants that you have applied for. We received a newsletter email from First Tech Challenge in early June about 2 rookie team grants that we could apply for. The first was from FTC Sim. FTC Sim is a website that helps students learn how to program in Java or Java blocks. Last year, FTC Sim gave out $1,000 grants to the first 108 rookie FTC teams who completed a series of coding challenges. Our students began working on the coding challenges in early June. After completing all the levels, they received a FTC Sim grant code. Then we used that code to apply for the FTC Sim rookie grant on June 15th. We heard back that we were approved on June 19th. FTC Sim paid this grant money directly into our First Inspires account. We also applied for a First FTC Rookie Grant. We applied on June 10th and heard back on June 15th that we were denied. This grant is needs-based, and the school district we are located in did not fit enough needs-based criteria. But if you do get this grant, it's our understanding that this grant is also paid directly into your First Inspires account. You can see grant funds in your First Inspires account by logging into your First Inspires account, clicking on My Teams, and then on the blue Payment and Product tab. And then click on Order Products. Wait for it to load, and you should see your grant funds sitting there in your First Inspires account. So any funds that you get deposited directly into your First Inspires account can only be used to buy things through this page, which first calls the First Storefront. So this page we are on now is the First Storefront. It's the place where you can buy some FTC parts and pay your team registration fee. So if you get any grants that pay funds directly into your First Inspires account, you should use those funds to buy parts available in this First Storefront. Now we will walk you through the parts that we bought through the First Storefront. Our First Storefront page looks a little different than yours will look because we've already paid for items last summer. So this is our team's First Storefront page. The first thing we did with our $1,000 grant is we paid our team registration fee, which was $295. So when we registered our team initially and got our temporary team number, that $295 registration fee was in our cart. So then we came to this page, and this is where we were able to look at the parts that are available to buy through the First Storefront. So what we did first is we clicked on the control set, and there you'll see the control set includes a driver hub, 2 remote control gamepads, and 1 web camera. It takes a while to load. This control set cost $275, and we decided to add this to our cart. We clicked the Add to Cart button, and then we clicked Continue. The next thing we looked at was the electronics set. That includes the control hub, some switches, and some sensors for $295. We also added this to our cart. The next thing that we looked at was the competition set, so we clicked on that tab, but we decided not to purchase these parts. These parts are from the company Tetrix and from Rev. But we decided not to use those parts. We decided we wanted to use parts from the Go Build a company. So we did not add the competition set to our first storefront cart. We did go ahead and click on the game set tab, and we ordered the field tiles and the perimeter kit, which were the only things available at that time because the 2023 center stage game set pieces had not yet been released. Because the game set pieces will not appear in the first storefront until after reveal day in September. So we added the control set, the electronic set, and the game set to our cart, and then we clicked continue, and then we checked out. In this way, we paid for our team registration fee, the control set, the electronic set, and the game set with our $1,000 grant, which did not cover everything, so we also had to pay for the remaining amount out of our own pocket. Of course, if you think you might be getting a grant that is going to apply funds directly into your First Inspires account, you would want to wait until you get those grant funds in your First Inspires account until you order these parts from the first storefront. We ordered these things from the first storefront at the end of June, so we received them in early July. We did this because our kids were excited to get started building and wanted to put the field together early in July. In late June, we also purchased robotics parts from the Go Build a company. We also ordered these early in the summer because our kids wanted to start building a basic robot with them. We are going to talk about the parts that we ordered from Go Build It in more detail in a later video. Although we knew that the Rev company will sometimes issue discount codes in the fall, we did not wait to order these Rev Electronics parts through the first storefront because those discount codes do not apply to the more expensive control hub and driver hubs. Around July 19th, we got an email saying that you could pre-order the 2023 center stage game set pieces from the Andy Mark website, so we did that. The game set didn't ship until the center stage game was revealed on September 9th, so we didn't receive the game set until a week after the reveal. We later learned that we could have ordered the center stage game set pieces through our local program delivery partner, and we could have picked them up at our region's reveal day event on September 9th, and it would have saved us shipping costs. So you might want to check with your program delivery partner about this option. We pre-ordered the 2023 center stage game set pieces through the Andy Mark website because we had already used our grant funds that were deposited into our First Inspires account. However, if you have more grant funds than we did, you would want to order your game set pieces through the first storefront. However, you will have to wait until after the game reveal day in September. Up to this point, we've mostly been talking about grants that will deposit their grant funds directly into the First Inspire accounts to be used through the first storefront. And we've been talking about how we purchase things through the first storefront. Now we want to talk about some other grant opportunities that we received. First also publishes information about other national grant opportunities at this website. This website is updated every now and then, so check back periodically to see what grants have been posted. We did not apply for any grants posted here. When we checked on them, it appeared that most of these grants applied to employees that worked at certain companies. Later in July, we received an email from our local program delivery partner that let us know about a local grant opportunity. So we applied for that grant, and then we received it at the end of September. This grant was not applied directly to our First Inspires account, so we could use it directly to reimburse ourselves for the parts that we bought from the Go Build a company. We've heard from other teams that there are often smaller local grants available from companies in our community. We didn't spend a lot of time looking for these, but it would be worthwhile to check out in your own local area. Besides finding grants, teams can also use First Tech Challenge website to look for information about a sample budget and also fundraising ideas. Here's the website. Stay tuned for another video where we discuss the parts that we bought from GoBuilda and what those parts do and why we purchased them. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at thepinions23414@gmail.com.